Come with me to Abu Dhabi, Nepal, and India. The most incredible customs, unforgettable sights, and absolutely the most amazing people. From the joys to the lows. Let's do this. Hi, I'm Trish, and I love crossing trips off my bucket list and helping others plan their dream vacations and destination weddings. So come along as I explore new places and help others do the same. Let's see where this path takes us. Here we go. Step 1 to Chicago. Goodness, I need some lipstick. Nobody in line. In case you're wondering, this is the entire airport here in Huntsville. All right, I've checked into the airport and here we go. It's sad leaving Sweetie, but it's going to be a good trip. I wish he could go with me, and I know he wishes he could too. Some concerns, just obvious where I'm going. India is, like he says, not a kind place to women, but being in a group, I feel completely safe. I'm not worried at all about that. But again, he's protective and worried about me. But I'm feeling good. So people travel there all the time, and it's going to be a good trip. So today I am headed to Chicago, staying overnight there at the airport and in a hotel, and then I'm headed off in the morning or tomorrow afternoon to the big trip. So let's see, what other concerns would I have? Not too worried about the government shutdown right now that's supposed to be affecting a lot of flights. Here at Huntsville, it's perfectly fine. There was no line at the TSA. Of course, there barely ever is anyway. But so not too worried about that. And if there is a delay, luckily we have a 14-hour layover in Abu Dhabi, so that is very flexible. If we leave tomorrow a little late. Other concerns about the trip, language barrier is always an issue, but thank God for Google. I will have that Google Translate going often, and I'm excited. So Stefan has asked me to find him a fez hat while we're in Nepal, and he keeps bringing up Indiana Jones, so I'm going to try to find some Indiana Jones-esque things. What else? Concerns. I'm trying to think of all the concerns. I don't have a lot of concerns. Traveling with people makes it easier, so I'm not going alone. So a group of ladies hitting the Nepal with us, with me, it's going to be a lot of fun with that. And yeah, the drive-in this morning, I'm kind of going back to narrate what happened earlier. The drive-in this morning was great. Passed by the beautiful rocket at the Space and Rocket Center. It's always a big icon here in town, so I love when we get to drive by that, which is often, but in the mornings it's always a little bit more peaceful. The airport here is very quiet. I'm at the very end gate. There are only 12 gates. I think actually I'm boarding at gate 1, so I've got to head back down there here in a minute. But what else? So I'm excited to meet the ladies that I'm traveling with. We've done a couple of Zooms, and looking forward to knowing them. I still haven't met my roommate for the India part, so we'll see how that goes, but I'm sure it's going to be perfectly fine. We're all adults. And let's see, what else is going on? Yeah, my checked bag, it's kind of, not my checked bag, my carry-on is kind of heavy, but I think it's good. On the flights in the smaller flights, like the Indigo flights from Kathmandu to India, those flights are a little bit, they're more strict on their carry-ons and their sizes. So I think right now my carry-on and my checked luggage just on spot, and actually I'm allowed 2, but I only brought 1. I think we're prepared. I have lots of snacks and changes of clothes in my carry-on, super important. My meds, all my electronics are on my carry-on. Let's think of some special things I brought with me, my headphones for the flight, of course this camera and some of its accessories, my meds, my ID. This is something I brought for the long flight when we go for the 14-hour or 13.5-hour flight. These guys right here I got those for basically taking a quick shower in between, like, because it's basically a whole day on that flight. So to freshen up before we land, and because once we land in Abu Dhabi, we are hitting it hard and going on some tours. We are not stopping this trip at all. But it's going to be fun. I'm going to be tired. You're going to see me looking at my worst, and I'll dress up a little too. But I'm just going to show you real life and all the adventures as we go. And hopefully you'll enjoy it and learn something about India and Nepal, and I know I will, so y'all can come learn with me. So thanks for hanging out with me. And if you're wondering what I'm using, I have the Insta360 X4. They have a 5 now and a 4 Lite, but this is the 4. And then this is this invisible selfie stick, and then I have it clamped right here. So this clamp will also clamp onto my backpack for easy videoing, and it worked really good here on this seat. So that's my carry-on with my pillow and my filtered water bottle. It's going to be priceless. If you stay at the Hilton at the Chicago airport, we're in baggage claim. We're in the 30s. The American Airlines is where I am. You will need to keep going, and there is a sign to tell you to go back downstairs. Hold on. The elevator, you go to level BL. Hotel. Nice, clear elevator. Straight through here. Alright, I made the first leg of my trip. The easiest leg of the trip is done. Everything went super smooth in the nice hotel room. Got a beautiful, stunning view of the parking garage. But that's okay, because I won't be looking outside. I will be resting and eating and saving up all my energy for the next leg of the trip tomorrow, which will be, I don't think it's gonna be hard, it's just gonna be long. So, but anyway, the flight today was great. There was barely anybody on it. Bags arrived quickly. We got to the gate quickly. Everything was quick. Signs to find the Hilton out in baggage claim took me a minute, but literally less than a minute, 30 seconds, something like that, to find the sign. And it's a good little walk, maybe a 5-minute walk, but it was nice to get out and walk. Yeah, everybody's been friendly, fine. Everything looks clean so far. Haven't done a deep check, but I'll do a bed check here in a little bit. But anyway, we made it. First leg is done, and we're getting ready to have some crazy adventures. Come on along, let's see what happens. Hi, all right, still in Chicago, haven't left yet, and just had dinner downstairs at the restaurant in the hotel. It's good, 7 out of 10, I guess, maybe 6, not bad. But anyway, thought you guys might want to know what I, as a travel agent, carry in my backpack. Let me give you some background, is that I am an Eagle Scout mom, and so I tend to pack too much, but I tried really hard on this trip not to pack everything. So, all right, so let's go through and see what I got in my backpack. All right, here is my carry-on backpack. It's also my carry-on, so it's all together. I also carry a little small purse, crossbody for other things, but sometimes I can stick it in here if the airline needs me to reduce it to one. I love a backpack just because I can carry so much in it. So as you can see, we have my pillow. This is not a necessity, but on this long trip that I'm taking, I decided a neck pillow wouldn't be a bad idea, and it was worth a little extra annoyance. Also, I have on get carabiners, and always attach my water bottle. This water bottle, I think I've mentioned in another video, is awesome, especially going to countries you're not too sure about their water quality. It's the Water to Go from Active, and it gets rid of viruses and bacteria along with filtering the water. And what's great about it is there's no weird tastes or anything. I believe it's a charcoal filter, but it is great for places when you're not too sure about it. And I just got it because it does the viruses and bacteria, not just the impurities. So that's a must. Let's see what else is on the outside here. Also with my carabiner attached, just for safety, my 360 camera with clip that you saw in that last video. That usually sticks right in the side pocket. So inside, get to it. I love this backpack because it has different sections. This is where I put my, I have my makeup bag. That's all of my bathroom necessities. And then also in here, yes, I labeled it because I couldn't remember which cube had what. This is my carry-on cube that has about 3 days worth of clothes in it. Just because, and I've really worked hard on a capsule wardrobe this time. Stuck with 3 colors, black, brown, and blue. And so I was able to reuse a lot of the clothes for a big, long 2-week trip. But this is for 3 days at least. If I mix and match, you'll probably do more. All right, and then in here, we have snacky snacks, protein bars, just because I don't know how often I'll be served, and making sure I get my protein in. Because, you know, I'm over 50. We need our protein. All right, inside, see now it's getting a little floppy because I've taken the stuff out of the bottom. Inside, I have a lot, mostly electronics. This is my bag of cords and batteries and things for my phone, 360, different adapters, things like that. And I got this from Princess Hotels, and it is great because sometimes on those planes, they don't circulate that air enough. So I'm really excited about this fan, just in case. Hopefully I won't need it. Must is also your earphones, and most airplanes don't have Bluetooth, so you have to make sure you have one with the correct adapter. Noise canceling is a plus. I have my BioFreeze for those aches and pains when you're traveling. Sunglasses, more cords, and my eye drops. Those were supposed to be in that little pocket. They fell out. What else is in there? More protein bars. Then I have wipes for my cameras. Tip of the day is I always, when I go on an international long flight, you get to know your flight attendants really well. And so I always pack, I think I got 16 this time, $5 gift cards for Starbucks to give to the flight attendants. Tip, do it early in your flight, and they will make sure you're taken care of usually. They appreciate it whether they give you special treatment or not. It's a nice thing to do because they put up with so much crap, y'all. So flight attendant gifts are always in my bag. I have going to 2 different countries and needed 2 different adapters. And then in here, have always take your medications with you. These are all my vitamins. Then I have my iPad. What else can I fit in here? And another tripod for my Insta360. I think that's all. My Apple Pencil, of course. I think that's all that's in there. So now that I've unpacked it, that's what's in my carry-on. So you may have other things. What do you carry in your carry-on? Or what do you have to not have? What do you
What do you not leave home without? All right, let's look at the suitcase next. All right, since I showed you everything that was in my carry-on backpack, and it weighed, I want to say 15 to 17 pounds. So it wasn't too bad, even with that, the carry-on clothing for 3 nights. That's what made it go over the top. Normally it's a lot lighter than that, but this time I'm making sure, in case my luggage gets lost, I don't want to be miserable for a few days until I get something. So now let's look and see what I have in my checked bag. All right, my checked bag, it is not a large suitcase. Let me put my little foot there. So it's my medium suitcase. It's not my giant carry-on, it's not my giant checked bag, and it's not a tiny carry-on either. So it's kind of in the middle. It weighed, when I weighed it at home, and I think it was 36 pounds, which normally when I travel for 2 weeks or more, I'm plus 50 plus pounds. But with this trip, I worked really hard to kind of, like I said, put that capsule wardrobe together. So let's see what we got in here. All right, some things are on top because I was trying to make my carry-on a little lighter, so this dress had to come out. So this is one of my dresses. I did carry an empty bag because I hope to go shopping, so this can be checked. I can get checked 2 bags in, so this could be my second checked bag if I want it to be. So that's an empty bag. There is a pool and spa where we're going, so I threw in some quick slippers. Again, used some of my clothing to stuff some of the extras. PJs and swimsuits in here. All of my dresses, I think there were 7 dresses. I like to travel in dresses just because they, you look a little cuter, you feel a little cuter, and you can mix and match different tops with them too and make them skirts, dresses, great things like that. So that's what's on that side. Always Apple AirTag, always. My purse has one, my backpack has one, all of my suitcases have one. And then on this side, this has this has jewelry, I believe, and some odds and ends that I just couldn't find a home for. Got the undies, we got my shoes, snacks, and some random things in here. Again, I think this was random things. Nope, this was bottles. This was shampoo and things like that. This is also my hairspray, my more shampoos. I have a few different shampoos. And yes, I'm taking toilet paper, y'all. They said in India, sometimes when you go to the public restrooms, they don't have it. And I didn't want to rely on the hotels to have enough for me. So yes, I packed my own toilet paper. T-shirts, clips. I do have these pair of jeans that I'm wearing and this pair of pants. A denim shirt, another selfie stick, and a white t-shirt. So I just kind of stuffed some things in. Also got these lovely things. They're teeny tiny, but they work. They're literally, I don't even think they're the size. They're teeny tiny, but they're toothbrushes that you don't need water. So in India and other countries that you can't trust the water system, you don't need to worry if you have a 5-in-1 toothbrush. But these are teeny tiny ones. Just know that there are some that are full size. Some of the ladies that are traveling with us, they returned these and got the larger ones, but I'm fine with these. I'm all right. All right, and then another little clip for my Insta360. So it doesn't seem like a lot, but it is. I don't think there's, oh, and then I've got a scarf. I've got my extra scarf here for going into the different temples and things like that. You need to cover, women are supposed to cover their heads or their shoulders. One thing to remember when you are traveling to India or other countries like this, they do want women to dress conservatively. And so out of respect for them, because I am in their country, I will not do anything to cause waves. So all of my outfits, I think one dress is sleeveless, but I also brought scarves and shirts to wear over that. So covering your shoulders and making sure your knees are also covered and not showing a lot of your chest. So just be mindful of that. But of course you can see my TV is going right now.
when you're traveling to India and other countries that have conservative values. Yeah, so there's that. So I went to the bar and got, not to the bar, to the little convenience store, got me a little Mai Tai and a Coke. Cost me 20 bucks, but you know, gotta do what you gotta do. So tonight I still have about, it's only like 6 o'clock now, so I have a few hours until I'll hit the sack. I might try to stay up late so I'm tired tomorrow so I can sleep on the plane. The flight is 13.5 hours, I believe, so we'll see how that goes. I keep saying that. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully we'll look back on this and when we're editing and go, yay, that was easy. And there's no drama, but you know there's going to be drama. There's always going to be something. But anyway, I'm gone. I'm going to go and binge watch some TV and have a nice quiet evening. Y'all have a good one. We'll see what happens next.
Outfit of the day. Nice comfy t-shirt that won't show stains if I drip on it. A comfy skirt that doesn't wrinkle at all. I've had this in a suitcase and it looks great. I like skirts better than jeans or pants. I just feel a little bit more comfortable and less confined. Have my fun tennis shoes and our lovely compression socks. I also do have a slip-on just because I'm old-fashioned. I have a cardigan and then I also have a shawl that's a little heavier that I can use as a blanket or a pillow. And let's see what else. That's about it. So here we go on our 13.5-hour flight. Let's see how this goes.
I was really glad I upgraded to the extra legroom for this flight. It really made it a lot easier. The food on this flight was really good, but as you'll see in a little bit, they fed us a lot. And this is where I pulled out my iPad and started watching my own movies and reading. Coming into Abu Dhabi, and the landscape was so much different than I'd ever seen before. Abu Dhabi Airport, 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. And as soon as we landed, our tour guide met us at the airport and we took off to our first stop, which was the Grand Mosque.
80 to 85% traffic from Dubai.
We avoided walking because a few of our members of our group were seniors, and so I got to tag along and take advantage of their age, and I kind of gave them a little crap about it.
I'm glad I'm traveling with all these seniors.
Capacity 43,000 people. Outside ports. They have a main train wall for the train. It's the most always the train in there are different train shapes. Main train wall, they have the biggest
The Grand Mosque in Abu Dhabi is the largest in the country, and it has about like 82 domes, I believe, and was finished in 2007 after 11 years of being built. It is the largest mosque with holding over 40,000 worshipers. There's also a library, a visitor center, and an underground retail area, which we're going to see a little surprise at the end what they have down there. It was a beautiful sunny day, absolutely gorgeous weather, and you can see some of those domes there, but look at that view, guys. official. You're gonna have to stay with us all week. Take our pictures. Here you can see some of the beautiful 3D marble mosaics on the walls. With lilies, tulips, roses. It's absolutely like a garden on the wall. It's so pretty. And now we're walking into the room that has the world's largest handmade Persian rug. It's stunning.
Do the praying in this direction. Now here they written 99 names of the Allah, of the Paigambar, like their messengers and all they write. And here in the middle they wrote the Allah, the main prophet, like God for them actually. And here in the middle it's called Qibla wall. It's a direction of the Makkah Medina. It's made by the original 22 karat gold. The weight of this one chandelier, 1 ton, 1,000 kilograms. Only they use the Austrian Swarovski crystal. The cost $35 million for one.
I know. Here our guide is telling us that normally the line reaches around the corner, and so we have come at a really good time, and because there's barely anybody there. So you'll see the short line. There's our short line that we had to see the rugs and the beautiful chandeliers. And of course, a McDonald's downstairs in the retail area. And now we're off to our second stop, which is the Presidential Palace. It was absolutely stunning. Let's take a peek inside. Here I was looking at the security guard because I was curious about my camera, and so he made sure to tell me to keep it not have my pole extended and just keep it nice and small. So follow the rules, look for signs. Some places do not allow photography, so be aware of that. Palace. Nobody lives here, and a lot of diplomats who do work here. It's a working palace. So we saw the dining room, and now we're looking at another room. Let's go check it out. Crying their golden tears. Did you know the UAE had a space program? I know I sure didn't. Being a Huntsvillian, we're pretty big into space here, and hubby's into rockets. So it was pretty cool to look and see all their stuff about their Mars mission and their astronauts. And then we came out and look at this view of the city. It's absolutely beautiful. And we, of course, had to get some fun pictures.
But he's getting finicky.
This is almost time you will find it hilarious, but here in Dubai and Abu Dhabi, we have a restaurant with camel beauty competition. And you know, they have official jury. So if the owner of the camel give a Botox injection to just look good, they disqualify the camel. And the first prize money, 1 million dirham.
Oh, wow.
Come here, we'll go.
Our next stop is the Heritage Village, which is a beautiful, cute area to show you about the history of Abu Dhabi. But I was overtaken by this stunning sunset, probably the most beautiful sunset I have ever seen. And our next stop was the date market, and did some samples as we walked in.
Oh, what's I dropped by?
Then it's different taste. Sometimes it's less sugar.
Goodness, I can't have that much. Make it smaller.
Small one. Yes.
I'll try it. There we go. Thank you.
Buy chocolate. Oh my word. That's some good chocolate. With the pistachio.
Is that faded? I'm trying to make it.
I don't want to eat anything else. I'm scared I'm gonna. I'm good.
This is more beneficial.
We got our chocolate from Dubai Chocolate and figs. Cindy, got you something.
All right, this is the AU Hotel at the Abu Dhabi airport. It's in the transit section, not transient, transit section. And you can get off one plane, sleep, and get on the other without going through security. So here is the little bathroom. Perfect shower. Super clean, even some little slippers. You walk in, there's the bar. And then very simply, a little room here. Cute desk. There is a TV. Waters, thank you. So yeah, we have been traveling, and I'll do my little review here in a minute. But that's the room or the tour of the room. That's me with no sleep in 30, I don't know how many hours. A lot of hours. So we'll talk in a minute. Okay, we just got back from our, well, let's see, we left Chicago at, I don't even know, whatever time. I'll put the time somewhere. I think it was 12:30 or so, Saturday. I don't know, today's Monday. Anyway, we arrived in Abu Dhabi at about 12:30 today on Monday. The flight was over 13 and a half hours-ish flight, and I was in a window seat with two people next to me, so that long of a flight, not sure if I would recommend a solo traveler to be on the window seat, so I may be changing to an aisle seat, just because you're having to bother two people every time you want to get up. And I like to get up a lot during the flights. I get a little bit, my ADHD kicks in, and I got to get up and move or walk to the bathroom. We were on Etihad. I'm practicing. was the flight. The crew was pretty good. I gave them the gift cards and they really appreciated it. And food was good. Fed us too much, I felt. We had 3 full meals, and the third meal, I was like, I'm not even hungry. So I didn't eat much of that. I would have rather slept. I only slept probably about an hour and a half total on the whole flight, so that I'm tired. And I will say the bathrooms got really bad. It was, at the beginning, I was like, oh, these are nice and clean. By the end, I was literally gagging in the bathrooms. They were so bad, and they even closed a couple of them down. So I don't know. I mean, actually, the second time I went into the restrooms, I ended up wiping it down just because that's who I am, and trying to clean what I could but the floors were gross and sticky, and so yeah, that was not fun. That was probably the worst part of it, was the bathrooms. But in flight, I think I just did not have my entertainment system set up right. I must have clicked something wrong at the beginning because I didn't have a lot of selections. I think anytime I clicked the different options for movies, there weren't that many options, and they were watching all these movies and I'm like, I wish I'd have watched that one. So I ended up getting my iPad out and I had downloaded some Netflix movies, so that worked for me. Worked just fine. But the flight was fine. It was smooth, easy, other than, sharing space with people for 13 and a half hours. But the couple next to me, they were sweet. An older Indian couple, I believe they were. And but anyway, so they got off the flight, got our stuff. I had a couple of little hiccups with getting our figuring out where to go next, because we had to go through security and all that stuff and get our boarding passes for the next flight. Anyway, we got it all worked out. But we ended up, we had a great tour today, and I will find his link and everything and all of his information, because he was amazing. It was sharing with us, and so there's a lot of video of that overall. But to wrap up everything you've probably just watched, it was a good day. It is now almost 8 p.m. and we landed at 12:30. So 7 hours of tour, seeing some great things, great people. These ladies that I'm with are awesome, and they made it fun. They put up with my videos, so that was good. At least I don't know if I gave them a choice, but so it was good. So I would do it again. Some of the ladies were saying that they were done with Abu Dhabi. They didn't think they had to come back. But me, I probably have a good 1 or 2 days of stuff that I saw. I want to do the Ferrari park. There's also this, where we passed by the beach area that looked like this great, it's downtown on one side and water on the other. On the water side, looks like all these food booths and not Christmas lights, but outdoor lights. It was very festive and very welcoming. So I really looked forward to maybe doing that one day. And the building and the architecture here is just so neat. So I would come back here. I think my family would enjoy the things that they have to offer here for a layover stay. So I would recommend at least 2 days for doing something, and it makes your trip, stretch out a little bit and do something different. So recommend it. But now this AU hotel, thumbs up, because I'm tired. I'm gonna get in the shower. We got to get up at 12:30 in just a few hours to get our 3 a.m. flight with 2:30 boarding. So then we'll hit Kathmandu. So see y'all tomorrow.